For the first time in history, a hacker picked a target, stepped away, and watched an AI execute a complete ransomware attack entirely on its own. It didn't use brute force. It slipped through an unpatched vulnerability in an AI tool called Langflow. The victim left it outdated for over a year. That was the only door the AI needed. Once inside, the AI agent named Jade Puffer launched a 7-step kill chain. First, it mapped the entire corporate network. Second, it harvested stolen API keys from the company's own environment. Third and fourth, it jumped between servers and gave itself full admin privileges. Fifth, it embedded itself to survive system reboots. Sixth, it locked down and encrypted the company's databases. Finally, it independently wrote and delivered the ransom note. 0 human commands. This nightmare scenario of an independent AI hacker is exactly why the US government banned advanced models like GPT 5.6 just weeks ago. The era of AI merely assisting hackers is officially over. The gap between AI offense and defense is now real. The people who understand what AI is actually capable of, including the dangerous parts, are the ones who stay ahead of it. That's what this channel is for.
Right. Let's dive straight into this explainer, because this week, well, the cybersecurity nightmare that experts have been warning us about for months just happened for real. It is confirmed, it's documented, and it honestly rewrites the entire playbook. We're talking about a threat dubbed Jade Puffer, and what makes it so terrifying isn't just the damage it did, but exactly how it pulled it off. Here is the crucial thing to wrap your head around right out of the gate. Yes, a human being set up the initial infrastructure. They picked the target. But after that very first click, the AI executed the entire ransomware attack completely autonomously, with absolutely 0 human direction. A human set it up, stepped back, and literally just watched the AI go to work. So yeah, this isn't science fiction anymore, folks. This is the new reality. Section 1. The attack. So between July 4th and 6th, 2026, this AI, which Sysdig's threat research team officially named Jade Puffer, independently executed over 600 distinct attack payloads. Think about that for a second. It handled reconnaissance, mapped out the victim's network, and did its own credential harvesting. It moved laterally, bumped up its own privileges to get deeper access, established persistence so it wouldn't get wiped out by a reboot, encrypted the database, and then generated the ransom note. It moved seamlessly from step 1 to step 7, doing the whole shebang without a single human ever saying, okay, go to the next step. And this perfectly illustrates why this incident is just fundamentally different from every AI security warning we've ever talked about before. In the past, humans used AI as a tool, maybe to write a really convincing phishing email or to crank out a piece of malicious code. But Jade Puffer wasn't just a tool in the toolbox. It was the driver. As the quote says, this is not AI assisting a hacker. This is an AI hacker operating independently. Section 2. The door they left open. Now, you might be wondering, how does an autonomous AI actually break in? Well, it didn't use some kind of futuristic magic. It honestly just found an unlocked door. It exploited a specific vulnerability known as CVE 2025-3248. Basically, it's a missing authentication flaw in Langflow, which is a super popular open source builder that companies use to hook up AI models to their internal processes. And the real kicker, this was patched back in version 1.3.0. CISA even flagged it all the way back in May 2025. But the victim's server, it was never updated. One single unpatched piece of software was the only invitation Jade Puffer needed. And make no mistake, this wasn't some minor, obscure technical glitch. This vulnerability carried a severity score of 9.8 out of 10. In the cybersecurity world, that is a code red. That is the absolute highest possible risk category. Leaving that unpatched is literally like leaving your company's front door wide open in a really bad neighborhood. During the credential harvesting phase, Jade Puffer completely looted the network, and it managed to steal high-tier API keys for OpenAI, Anthropic, DeepSeek, and Gemini. But get this is wild. The attacker didn't even use these incredibly premium keys to power their autonomous malware. They were already just using the cheapest available model. So these super powerful API keys weren't the weapon. They were just pure collateral damage, scooped up by an AI that was simply programmed to grab anything and everything of value. Section 3. The government knew. If you've been following our recent explainers, this all ties together perfectly. Nothing here should really come as a shock. I mean, we told you a few weeks ago that the US government saw something genuinely terrifying when they restricted GPT 5.6 over its browser exploit capabilities. Right after that, they outright banned Fable 5 because of its advanced cybersecurity reasoning. And now, boom, Jade Puffer executes the first fully autonomous ransomware attack. The timeline just builds perfectly on itself. This autonomous attack definitively proves one thing. The government wasn't just being paranoid. The exact capabilities that authorities were terrified of, the exact reasons they were slamming the brakes on these frontier models, well, they're no longer theoretical. They are already here, and they are operating in the wild right now.
Section 4. What you actually need to do.
Okay, let's take a breath and get practical here for our final verdict. While the facts of this attack are intense, your response just needs to be structured. For the everyday user, there is absolutely no need to panic. But if you are at a business and your team runs LangFlow, you need to check your systems right now. If you're on any version older than 1.3.0, you must apply the patch today. Seriously, go close that door immediately. We all need to be paying close attention because the stakes around these technologies are rising incredibly fast. Just look at this week. OpenAI proposed a massive $42.6 billion 5% equity stake to the US government. Meanwhile, Anthropic just flipped OpenAI on the secondary market with a staggering $965 billion valuation compared to OpenAI's $852 billion. The power dynamics and the money in the tech world are shifting violently. And those massive financial shifts are happening at the exact moment a deeply dangerous gap is being confirmed for all of us. AI offense is now proven to be autonomous, it's scalable, and it can hunt down unpatched systems in real time. But AI defense? It remains highly reactive, it's lagging behind, and it's still largely dependent on human intervention. The teams that actually understand this gap are the ones that are going to survive it.
Because the AI that hacked autonomously this week will absolutely not be the last. The genie is completely out of the bottle. Make sure you hit subscribe so you can stay ahead of the curve with our explainers. And so when the next one hits, you'll already understand exactly what it's capable of. Which leaves us with one final, urgent question to think about today. Is your infrastructure actually ready for the next autonomous AI agent?